Sandy, right?
And just like that, Stony Creek Revival is back. We hope that you've been enjoying the last two albums that have been put to video by Steve and Angie Cook. And Matthew's solo album is winding down, and the title is
Amazon by Dawn.
There you go. Wanted to plug, you have a self-plug there, Matthew. So these songs now, however, go way back. Many of them beyond the Uncle Walt's Blondes Baseball and Beer album, really, or at least running concurrent. These songs are all written by the three of us here and will include Steve Cook. As I said before, he and Angie are part of the tech team regarding all of this video. So this album contains songs that we were doing between 1976 and 1980, early 1980. They are a collection of what we felt most comfortable with at that time, because I was leaving for the East Coast, heading for home, and so we wanted to get together one last time. And we had recorded these songs at various times between those two sets of years, from 76 to 80. Now we were lining them all up. From that night, we've distilled them down to 14 songs that you will hear on this series. And because this is not our first and last album, we thought it was in 1980. We thought our lives would go separate ways. We didn't think we'd be still roofing 50 years later, Matthew.
No, we didn't.
And nor did we think that Mark would still be roofing. And you didn't think you'd still be roofing.
I didn't think I'd be around as
well. It took a long and winding road. But three of us are still together and making it happen. And originally it was called Alpha and Omega, and because we thought it was the first and last. But it really wasn't appropriate. And Matthew has a great song on this album called Silly Dream, and that is really appropriate because it really seemed like a silly dream. For years we've done the rodeos and we've been a cover band, and as many of you can see on our channel, our last iteration of that was as a surf band. But we wanted to return to our roots, and here we are. And we hope that you enjoy this next set of songs.
So there's a lot of emotion that went in. We talked about how some of the emotion that went into to Uncle Walt stuff, because we wanted to do honor to my Uncle Walt. And then on my jazz song, there was some emotion that was involved in that, because nobody likes jazz except for me and a precious few others. And so I've had these things that have been stuck in my head for years and years, and I just wanted to hear them. As the quote we made a while before said, that it was George Bernard Shaw, I believe, who said that that the tragedy of most men's lives is that they go to their grave with their song still in them. So that was important. But everything that we've been doing with both Uncle Walt's and with Amazon by Dawn, the jazz album, really was leading us to this moment, because these were the songs that we wanted a redo on and make them good. The last time we did these in 1980, the emotion was thick. Gordon was leaving. Mark's brother Steve had just gotten married, and so he wasn't really a part of what we were doing, but he came back for it. We had a guitar player named Steve Valenzuela, who later went on to be a very successful producer with Kelly Clarkson and Tony Bennett and a lot of other people. He was in the band at that time, shortly to leave. Really, the whole thing broke apart just a couple years later, but at that time it was a special moment, kind of like the last vestiges of childhood.
And so if you have never heard any like 70s rock, or if you've never don't know what it's like, this is a lot of how 70s rock was for what that we grew up with. It wasn't really hard rock, but it wasn't really pop rock or yacht rock or whatever. A couple songs are. Have to admit that. There was a couple of yacht rocks in there. But anyway, as you go through this, you'll see that there's a different people we have coming in kind of with us in our little stories. My two brothers will be coming in via Zoom, or actually my oldest brother will be here. And so he had an intricate part in some of these songs too. So it's going to be something that hopefully you'll enjoy.
I'm glad you brought up that there's a real variety going on here. because I was a child of the early rock, and we all loved the Beatles. But we were also teenagers during the disco years, and even though I was not a disco lover, I did like Blondie and some of that, and that rubbed off on a couple of my songs, Black Mark, it being foremost. But we've got country rock because I also liked Leonard Skinner and Marshall Tucker, and that was part of my childhood. But then we like Stevie Miller, Guitar Miller, and there are songs that kind of bring that in as well.
Yeah, psychedelia,
you know, definitely on a couple
is that
songs.
A word, psychedelia?
I think so.
Sounds
Yeah,
good. Okay.
Psychedelic rock was very much because I loved that part of the Beatles. Tomorrow never knows. So there will be a real big variety that we hope that you're going to enjoy. And yeah, we employ the Rhodes piano. It's instruments that
Phase shifters.
Phase shifters, man. I was a lover of phase shifters, and so you're going to hear all of that, and we hope that you enjoy that kind of taste of the 70s.
Yeah. And so, as Elvis Presley once said,
What did Elvis Presley have to say?
he said, if you see a turtle on top of a 10-foot pole, you know it didn't get there by itself, so it needed help. We need help to keep this channel going. We want you to enjoy what we're doing, because if you do like what we're doing, we want you to give us a thumbs up. We want you to rock our subscribe bar and come along on this journey with us, because if you
Hang on. That was very smooth.
Because if you do,
It means another nickel.
Last Elvis quote. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was a better one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a better one. We had it together.